Hello, Christian. It's Wednesday, December 26th. Happy Boxing Day! Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I want to talk to you about something kind of weird today, given the merry season. Fear. Okay, so I should probably explain myself. You mentioned Krampus in your last video, which got me thinking about the divergent Yuletide myths of Santa Claus and Krampus, everyone's favorite child eating and possibly child molesting. He carries them back to his lair in a sack. Christmas monster. Anyway, so it got me thinking about how we both popularize these things and integrate these elements that are intended to terrify us into our collective ontology. Now, I'm not sure why we do this. I mean, some of them are pretty obvious. Krampus, for example, is intended to terrify small children into obedience. But then, look at the movies. I myself am no great connoisseur of horror flicks. I don't even go to the movies that often, at least not as much as I'd like to. But whenever I do go, it's pretty much guaranteed that there's going to be at least one horror flick there. And just as there's pretty much guaranteed to be one horror flick there, it's a safe bet that it's going to make bank. If this were any other kind of method of storytelling, I would just say that the fear is intended to, increase our sympathy for the hero and make us happier ultimately when he overcomes whatever obstacle it is that he's facing. However, that's not really the case with horror, because oftentimes in horror, the monster is the one who wins out in the end. The Krampus of the situation. So given that, why do we obsess over the genre so much? I can't give a perfect answer, but I do think it's interesting to see how we as a society have evolved to such a level of security that we not only provide ourselves with, but actively seek out a way. Okay, now that that's over. I think it's interesting that we not only provide ourselves with
Hello, this is BB&T Morgan.
BB&T, bro.
That number again is 1.
But I do think it's interesting that we as a society have grown to such a level of security that we not only provide ourselves with ways to strip that security away, but we also actively seek it out. I mean, if only for an hour or two. Christian, I'll see you on Wednesday. Apologies in advance for the shoddy video editing that is, let's admit it, inevitable. On Monday, I'm going to talk to you about New Year's!